Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. We've not done one of these for a while. We've seen Virgin Galactic go up today. So we've got Ali Tisro, Sensei Crypto, live on the phone with me doing a chart analysis on Virgin Galactic. You know my thoughts on it. You know what I feel. We reported overnight about Michael Cole-Glazier selling some shares. The CEO, not a concern. It's hardly any shares at all. It's as many shares that I've owned at one point. He's still got 1.5 million or thereabouts. If you click above my head, you'll see that tweet and you can go and see the post where I explained the SEC filings in detail on Twitter last night. But right now, we're seeing a bit of a pump. We're over $4 now, up 5.39. I do believe that Virgin Galactic, if it was what it should be, would be up 300% right now. And it ain't. The whole markets are pumping. Everything is up today. So it's a bit of a lateral, if you like, momentum for Virgin Galactic. I don't think this is great news. However, that's just my opinion. We're now going to get the opinion of Sensei. Ali Tisro has done a great chart for us. Let's go over to Sensei Crypto. Welcome, Sensei, to the show. How are you?
Thank you for having me on. And space is at 5%. How exciting.
How exactly 5% when it's down from down 90% and all the rest of it. And we got people going, it's going to the moon, it's exploding. You've heard my opinion. I'm going to shut up now. I want to get your opinion from a chart point of view. You give me your views on it and whether you think this is great, where you see it going, and your predictions for the coming weeks. Particularly 10th of August, of course, is our next flight, which we will cover live on the show. Sensei, it's over to you.
Yeah, so looking at the chart, I mean, last time I did an analysis on the chart, it was the 411 mark that we were very keen on. This was when the flight was happening. We saw weakness around the 450 cent. We sold out, and then we said the line in the sand is I said the line in the sand is $4.11. And we didn't hold it, and we saw what happened. We broke out from the 411 mark. We tested it 4 days. I said we're not going to keep it as support. We're losing support. We then dropped 13%. We came back to this trend line, and I think this is the only thing propping it up. We've had this trend line drawn here because we've had 3 touch points. We touched it again at the 350 cent. That was a quick buy-in. And a sell at 411 again. The 411 still holds as resistance. It went a bit above. It didn't close above. So 411 is still the line for me. So that trade there, just from the trend line up to the 411 mark, was a nice 15%. You can play around with the stock if you like. There is a bit of volatility. I joke around about it being up only 5% today. I mean, that's a good swing, but it's not anything to be excited for as an investor because it's been dropping 90%, 30%. So for me, it's still this 411 mark. I mean, if we get back above it, we close above it, we retest it, then maybe there's another trade setup going into the flight. But for now, I have no desire in buying the stock at all. Anywhere below this 411 mark is just, I don't see us breaking it. And the point where I really want to start buying this stock is when we break this trend, because I think we will. I don't think there's enough strength in this stock. I think we'll break this trend line. And when we break this trend line, we'll come down to this 250 level. And this is where I'd like to really be buying back in for a trade back, maybe even back to that 411 mark. But so for now, let's keep an eye on 411. Let's see if we can break above it, hold its support going into the next flight. But if we don't, then my buy level is now 250.
Yeah, I feel the same. And some people will say, well, why would you buy it? Why would you buy it at 411 when you can buy it at 4 or you can buy it lower? Because like we've said before, if you're a gambler, you're just guessing and you're buying it whenever it goes lower because it just seems cheaper and it just seems a good idea. However, a 411, if it gets that support and breaks it and off it goes, it's more likely to go up higher. And that, for an investor, is what you're looking for. Like I have said before, if I have no qualms of paying $10 for the stock if I was really sure it was going to go to 50. Because that's an investment, right? It's not an investment just buying it because it's going lower. We talked about that before. Peter Lynch from Merrill Lynch often talked about people that have the mentality of constantly low dollar cost averaging and chasing the stock to zero. There is a real concern, and I'm very pleased to see the last few days, all my subscribers start to come back, because I was being very bullish on Virgin Galactic. Everybody was loving it. We had 22,000 people join me for the flight. I got 600 subscribers all in one day. Everyone's going, great, let's follow Martyn Lucas. He's all pro Virgin Galactic. I'm pro when it's right to be pro, and I'm negative when it's right to be negative. And then I said the stock has turned. Things aren't as good as they should be. We're running out of money, all kinds of issues, information that I'm receiving on the ground. Got more texts this morning from relatives of employees at the factories. Not looking good. So I'm bringing that information to you because I feel I want to share with you my opinion, not a pump and dump. That's not what we do. That's not what this channel's about. So, we're sharing our honest opinions with it. And then people started unsubscribe from me. And yesterday I put that story out about, should I lie to you? And what was wonderful was it's now my most successful video to date, and people were subscribing more than any other video other than the live show I did with the flight. And people are coming back, people realizing, okay, what we actually want is information, and we want Sensei giving the charts, we want you giving your opinion. We don't want just rah-rah. Who tunes into rah-rah? What's your thoughts on that, Sensei?
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, so I'm not here to just say that one thing and change it to another. I mean, the charts changed, so that's why I changed my opinion. I mean, 411 was holding, and for me, I'm a charter, so I do look at these levels. I mean, you asked me where's 411 from. It's from the October of 2022. This was the level that held. Then we broke through it, and then we saw follow through. Then this is sort of similar to here when we broke through it in March of 2023. We were holding 411, and then we broke through, and then we dropped, so I don't know, 50%. So this is a highly contested level, this 411 mark. So that's what I'm basing my trades off. And the reason I say, okay, above 411, I might take another trade is because we've seen how, I'm trying to predict the future. We've seen how Virgin Galactic trades when it comes to flights. So if we do get back above 411 and you do want to take a trade, I think that's much more sensible. When you're above a level, you have a time horizon, you know where your stop loss, take profit is. So you reduce your risk. It's not just buy whenever you want and DCA until zero. You can take these low risk trades on a high risk stock like Virgin Galactic, and that's what I want to do. I want to have a clear level. I want to have a clear take profit, stop loss, and I don't see one just where we are right now. So yeah, I mean that's my general thoughts. I mean, you can see these swings down. It can really hurt the investor, and never put more than you can afford to lose in something like SPCE. That's my opinion. You made
a very good point there, and that is something that I deal with on a daily basis. Hundreds of comments a day telling me you're always switching your opinion. You're always moving around. The fundamentals of investing never change. The markets do. The situation changes. We get a good day. We sell some tickets for Virgin Galactic. Tomorrow, God forbid, the rocket crashes. Then we have inflation. That things are constantly happening. Macro conditions externally of the company are always happening. So you can't just buy it, leave it, forget about it, and think that's the right approach, unless you are a long-term investor and you just want to come back in 20 years and see if you were right or wrong. But 85% of high speculative, volatile stocks that aren't making money won't be around in 5 years, let alone 10 or 20 years. So don't just buy something and hope 20 years you can have a pension, because that might not be the best approach. Things do change and you have to adapt to it. And unfortunately, a lot of people just buy, out of FOMO, or it sounds cool, but the markets do change. And even though I'm not as bullish on charts as clearly Sensei is, he lives and breathes charts, I'm more of the fundamentals or the relationships that I acquire. I mean, the relationship, I don't talk about it a lot, but the people that follow me, the people I talk to, I get a feel for what's going on. I've now got these texts being sent to me from relatives of employees. I'm learning on the ground. All these things are important. And also, if you don't believe in charts and you don't think, the past predicts the future, look at what happened each time we had a flight. Add all these things together. It gives you a picture of where the company has been, where it is now, and where it's likely to go statistically overall into the future. So you got to use the chart. You got to use your own research. You got to use a bit of on the ground, building relationships, looking at the balance sheet, and also looking at what happened last time, what's likely to happen next time. And after a while, you start noticing patterns. forming in all kinds of things, not just the physical chart on the screen, but you see people's reactions, the market, how things move, in relationship to other stocks. When we see Tesla go up, we often see other EVs move, and you start to see patterns forming, not just visual on the screen charts like Sensei is showing there, but you see things happening in the markets. Sensei, give me your final thoughts as we wrap this video up.
My final thoughts are really be careful with SPCE. I think the best way to trade it is to have levels in mind, have stop losses in place, and trade above key levels. One more interesting thing was Virgin Orbit dropped, I think, around 99% in a matter of minutes a few moments ago. I'm not sure what that was about. If we look on the 1 minute chart, it basically dropped 99% and then recovered back to 0.2. So a couple people for 2 minutes it was for about 3 minutes it was down 98%. I don't know if that's someone selling or if there's a market glitch, but that was on Robinhood and on TradingView. So that's something interesting to point out.
Yes, as we all know, Virgin Orbit has been delisted, and you can't buy it on most brokerages anymore. You can sell out, and I was going to keep my one share. I had literally one share, like worth 1 cent, to see what would happen when it finally disappeared off the system, to see what would happen. But honestly, I got bored. I wanted to tidy up my account, so I sold my 1 cent in my brokerage, and I sold my 1 cent in my Roth, and I'm out. So I'll never know now what happens if you hold a delisted stock, but I kind of got fed up with holding it. It was just annoying. So it's probably part of the process of just removing it from the system, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if anyone could have bought it, because if it was there for about 3 minutes, so if you could have bought it, you could have been up over 1,000%. So I don't know if anyone has.
No, I mean, you can't buy it on Robinhood. I'm pretty sure that other brokerages don't allow you to buy it. I think someone said they thought they could, and then when they tried to buy it, it said no, you can't. You can only exit your position. So I don't know what's going on there, but thank you for letting us know. I know there are particularly people in Korea very fascinated with what's going on with Virgin Orbit. It's not a buying opportunity. It's not an opportunity, but like you say, Sensei, if you were able to get in, you just made 1,000% in 1 second, right? That'd be pretty good. But you'd be pretty daft, wouldn't you, to put all your life savings into it?
Yes, yeah, I thought I'd note it.
Yeah, I bet somebody did, or attempted to anyway. Sensei, thanks for being on the show, and again, great information. Just before you go, because you provide such great information, tell everybody how they can, I'm going to show your website, tell everybody how they can get onto your services and learn more from you. I'm going to share your website now. If you could just talk us through it, I'm sure people will appreciate it.
So yeah, you could. The website's sensei-crypto.com. You can just join. There's one plan which gives you access to everything, the crypto side of things. You can ask me for charts. I can help out. I can give you low risk trades that I'm taking, not something you should follow, but something that I can provide for you. So there's a whole bunch of things. You can talk to us. There's a whole Discord community of different traders that can give our perspective. So feel free to join. It's the gold membership, and I think Martyn has a discount code, which we'll put in the comments below the video.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Sensei, thanks for calling in. As always, great job. And I look forward to speaking to you later, learning more about your studio. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you for having me on.
There we go. There's Sensei Crypto. Great information there for Virgin Galactic. If you want more information, go and check out that. If you want to click above my head for the Tesla earnings and my social media for Twitter. And lastly, if you want to click over here and down here, you'll see more videos that I think will be relevant to you. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other.